Hey there, folks. It's Sunday morning. I think we're going to take a drive in our little Chevy V8 powered 944. It's been running really good on these new tuning settings, and getting better gas mileage too. So we're in pretty good shape. Really just driving it around, having fun, and putting gas in it once in a while. So it's been a real fun toy. Last weekend we went to the Porsche only swap meet in Carlisle, PA, and it was about 150 miles driving there and back, and in the rain. And the car was perfect. I mean, it was really no problem to drive it that far. So yeah. One thing we never really talked about on this car is the interior, and mainly because I haven't done anything to the interior. About the only thing I've ever done to it is take the driver's mat out and shake the stones and dirt off of it and put it back in. But yeah, this is a 1991. The car originally came from Texas. But as you can see, even though it was a Texas car, the dash is in pretty good shape. There's a couple small cracks, but they're just small cracks, so it's pretty good. That's my microphone, and I just use these short bungees to hold it in there. And this is the control module for the MSD Atomic LS fuel injection system. And I just took this is a Garmin GPS, and I just drilled some holes in the original base and zip tied it to the end vent here, which really doesn't do anything. So it's not 100% stable, but it doesn't go anywhere when you're driving it. It actually works pretty well. The seats are in pretty good shape. They're actually very comfortable. The only concern I have is the driver's seat is has a little bit of cracking and wear right there. Should probably do some treating on it. And the steering wheel is the only thing that I changed. It's a Momo, I think it's a 380 millimeter with, it's got like a 3-inch dish on it, so it brings it out from the steering column a little bit. And everything else interior wise is in pretty good shape. We also did this swap so that all of the gauges actually work. So if we fire it up here, pressure gauge works, and the voltmeter works. And also, in addition to that, so kind of some of the sensors are doubled up because they're actually available in the Atomic LS system. Whoa. Pop it out here so you can see. More basic gauge. This is what I run when I'm driving it, which just gives you oil pressure, coolant temperature, really takes off. And it gets really light in the front when it's doing it. Wow. Holy crap. I mean, the way it runs now is just ridiculous. It just runs all over the rev range way better than it did. So yeah, dropping the fuel pressure was definitely, although it shouldn't really, I mean, it should run at 60 psi, but unfortunately it doesn't. Right now I got it set at 48 psi, so it's 12 pounds below what it should be. And I think probably the issue is this is a fairly primitive fuel injection system. You know, it's old. It was designed in 2010 or 11. I forget which. It's discontinued now. It's a MSD Atomic LS system. And it doesn't have an L77 engine in it. It has an L76 to pick in the menus. And I think the issue is the L77, like what this engine is, it's out of a flex fuel cop car. So it's a 6-liter, all aluminum, with the big port heads out of a 2013 Caprice PPV. And these things were flex fuel, so they're meant to be able to run on E85 as well as you know, non-ethanol gas. And so to do that, they put much bigger injectors in. And I forget exactly what they are, but they're way bigger than the L76. And I think that is a contributing factor as to why it doesn't want to run well at 60 psi. I think we're just helping the system deal with injectors that are way too big. Here, we'll do a little second gear acceleration. 2,000 RPMs. Wow. Another short one right here. Woo! Yeah. It's easily got way more power than we need. And it just runs a whole lot cleaner now, too. Throttle response is a lot crisper. Well, not a lot crisper, but noticeably crisper. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a, you know, ripping through the gears kind of car. You can, you know, drive to work every day if you want to. I've been driving it to work fairly often now. Yeah, it's I'm gonna drive it to work some this week too to get some miles on it. Our last fuel mileage check was 17.9. I mean, I think if we keep just driving it normal rather than crazy, we might get 20 miles per gallon out of this thing. Not that we're going for maximum fuel mileage, but you know, if you're going to start driving it to work and you're buying 93 octane, you know, fuel cost is a consideration. So hopefully actually we're only on our second tank since we changed the settings, and actually the settings were changed with the gas that was in the last tank, so we actually got some miles on it. You know, without the recent tuning settings and a lower fuel pressure, so for part of that it was not getting good gas mileage, I'm sure. But yeah, this tank full is I got 149 miles on it, so slightly below half a tank. So we'll probably get gas at about 220, 230 miles. So we've got, you know, about 70 miles to go or so. And that's it. Thanks for coming along for a ride. See you next week.